Guys, welcome back to this series where it's fall and I need to make money. So we're planting down new seeds for the season, and I actually needed to go get more because I didn't buy enough because I made a giant field, if you all remember last episode. So I had to buy even more seeds. So then I took the rest of the day to clear out land, clear away all of the debris that showed up overnight, and that's all that I did. Day two, the board went up, so I took Pierre's quest because I should probably get it early in the season so that I can do it. And then I took the rest of the day to start adding down paths and organizing my farm area. This is gonna be something that you see me do throughout like a half of this episode, where I'm just decorating for a long time because I wanted to. I also started to add to my tree farm because I wanted to expand it a lot more than I did last episode. And then I ended out the day by just grabbing more tree seeds because I needed more. And on day three, it was a continuation of that, but this time on this corner down here, where I was putting down paths for my little industrial area, which is going to have kegs, furnaces, many machines, lightning rods, stuff like that. And then it was off to Clint's and the museum for artifacts and any other things that need to be donated. And then, because I had unlocked the quarry last episode, I decided to finally go down and get the golden scythe. So I braved this stupid level, and I got out of there without killing anything because I was too afraid. But I got out as fast as I could. And, yeah. And then I was chopping down even more trees because I need wood. I need a lot of wood. Y'all hear me say that a lot because I never have enough wood, ever. So I'm always chopping on trees. And I also expanded this little tree farm up here, so I needed even more wood than I could ever need. And even now, I have the entire thing filled in the future, and I still need more wood, so I'm gonna expand even farther than that. But then I decided to grab all of Robin's recipes, or at least the ones that I could afford. I ran out of money, so I went back to the forest to get more wood. This is Thursday, by the way. You can read. More wood, because I need more wood. And I need all of it. And then I went down, and I started slaying bugs. You know why? You know why? Because I need a fucking ancient seed. If you don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know. Ancient seeds are a very powerful artifact that you get in the late game. And it's very useful because it is a seed that you give to Gunther, and he gives you a plantable seed. And that plantable seed allows you to grow the most profitable crop in the entire game. Day 5 was a mini harvest today, so I harvested up some of the crops that were ready, and then I went to Clint's to open up geodes that I got from my mining exposition yesterday, or my my bug killing adventures, and I turned in any new ones that I got. And then I started even more decorating. I put down this stone path with nice walkways so that I could have a nice area for my farm and make everything just look very organized and pretty. And I ran out of so many materials during this because I was just using all of them. I organized this entire section over here for where all of my fish ponds were going to go. I'm going to have this long strip down the right where I just have a bunch of processing machines, and then all of those little spots that you see are going to be fish ponds. So I'm going to have 9 total fish ponds. The next day was the exact same thing, just continuing that down to the right side. Or I had this little station right here for what would be going into the mini quarry. And then I just filled in everything. And of course, I ran out of wood and stone, so I didn't actually have enough to finish this. But I did what I could, but as you can see, there's still more. So, of course, I hit the forest and started chopping and going. Chopping and going and getting materials, because I want to decorate my farm, and I need more farm buildings. So, wood. And then it was off down to get some iron and kill some dust sprites. You know, as you do. I like to clear out every layer of all of the little monsters before I move a layer down, so that I can give him more materials. But I passed out after getting a lot of materials, as you can see. A lot of quartz and iron, and some copper too, and a lot of frozen tears. On day 8, I got the quest from Linus to get his to get his blackberry basket because it was time for that time of the month. And it was also harvest day. I had a pretty large harvest with my emeralds that also done. Um, so I harvested that up, and I started my little area because I wanted to keg up some stuff. And then, of course, I also tried to finish off this little area. Luckily, because the forest is so big, I had a lot of wood. But I did not have enough stone, I don't think. Yeah. So, whoopsies, need to get more stone. Anyway, I got the basket, as well as I also just started getting blackberries myself, because I love these seasons. I want to eat all of the berries. Then I went and cracked open geodes from Clint, and I donated the items that I got to Gunther, and we were off back to Clint's for a steel axe upgrade. Yeah. And then I gave back the basket for that extra cash and the extra friendship points as well with Linus. I was at 3 hearts with him. Just looking pretty nice. It was, of course, Monday, so I picked up Gus's famous omelet quest because I thought that I could do that theoretically. And then I went and fished for, I don't know, I just fished. I got some eels is mainly what I got. I got eels. So I just fished for like all night because I felt like it. And I lost that fish because I was stupid and tried to get the treasure. So, whoopsies. Anyway, I got level 9 farming that night, which allows me to make the seed maker and iridium sprinklers. So, we are getting pretty good. Which means that I can multiply all of the ancient fruit that I get when I get my first harvest. And then I started what I do for farming stone, which is just to reset the first mine level over and over again, because there's no mobs here, and it typically has a lot of stone and the variation. And then after that, I went and smelted up all of that, and then went to bed. At day 10, I was cracking open all of the geodes that I got from that, because you get a lot of geodes when you're up there, just cracking those for hours on end. And of course, back to the museum to donate even more materials. And it was looking pretty full, pretty nice. I sold a few things, and I worked on getting some more tea saplings to sell, because I love selling the tea saplings. And then it was back to the forest for even more tree chopping, because I needed more. I needed more wood. I could never have enough wood. There was not a world that I had enough wood. I went and bought the big coop, which is what I needed all of the wood for. I bought that coop upgrade right then and there because I had a dinosaur egg. And I needed to incubate the dinosaur egg. Anyway, I went up and cleared all the debris that had showed up for the new season and chopped down the trees up here because I'd forgot about them. And then I started to just add to it. I had a ton of tree seeds left over, so I put them all down to make it really nice and really full. Then on day 12, it was down into the mines I go for more materials, for more iron specifically, because kegs. And I was also taking the time to kill some monsters on the way. And I passed out in the mines, as usual, as one does. And that night I got level mining, which unlocked the Mega Bomb recipe. And then on day 13 was a little harvest, so I got all them cranberries and I sold them all because I love cranberries. And then I started to axe all of the logs on my farm. Now, because I got the axe back. Now I am just farming for that wood and hardwood from both the secret woods and the normal woods, and then I just went to bed and got level 7 foraging because I was chopping all them trees down. Now on day 14 was the big harvest day with my beautiful, beautiful pumpkins. And I sold them and got the final backpack upgrade, so I had all 36 slots in my backpack. And then I had enough money left over after that to get the greenhouse upgrade. So I went right on that. And I got cracking open some geodes that night as well, because I had some, because mining gives you geodes. And then I got a bear statue from my donations that I got, and I put it in my museum because that's what I've been doing with them. I just then went back up to the forest and put down even more tree seeds because you can't have too much wood, am I right? I certainly don't have enough. And then it was back in the mines for, you guessed it, bug farming, which I need that ancient seed so bad. And I did not get it tonight, which is very sad. But overnight, the greenhouse was fully available to me. So the next day, I sold a bunch of my shit, had a little harvest to get, and I started back in the mines, bug farming, so that I could get that stupid seed. And I think I did get it tonight. I was able to get it tonight. I don't see it on camera, but I do believe that I actually got it. One of these days, I got it. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I went to bed and I fell asleep and I got 7 combat. And the next day was tea saplings day. And I just got those and I started chucking them away because I loved this strategy of farming. And again, it was back to bug farming because it takes forever to get this thing. I don't remember when I get it. You'll see because I give it to Gunter. Anyway, I was back to another harvest day on day 18, which had rich cranberries, which is why it has so many cranberries. And yep, there we are. I had the seed, and I also finished off the crop the crop quest. Then I accepted the community cleanup quest from Linus, and I finally cracked open those geodes and turned in that ancient seed. As you can see it right there, right next to that amethyst. Right there is that ancient seed. I also grabbed some other seeds from Pierre so that I could put more stuff in my my greenhouse that wasn't just ancient seeds, because I needed more crops that I could live off of during the winter, which included cranberries and plants, which are both regenerative crops, so I thought they would be alright for this. I had to put down even more, another sprinkler, so that I could plant even more cranberries down. And then I hit the mines to do that community cleanup quest. I'm just gonna let you see all of this. I was just cleaning, just grabbing, just fishing here forever, and I actually did hook the lava eel. I didn't catch it, obviously, but I hooked it. I did, but after that, I went and turned them all in so that I could get that sweet cash right there. It's that nice cash with all of those crash, and it was only 500 gold, but, you know, I got it. Then I got 5 friendship with Linus because I gave him a mushroom, and I got the cutscene with him, which I skipped because I'm afraid. And then on day 20, I was back up to grab more wood from my little tree farm, and I replanted those seeds because we're regenerative farming. And as you can see, I had built quite the army of kegs, and I was doing quite well with this army of kegs. It was looking very sweet, very nice. Now I am just finishing off this stone walkway on the edge because I felt like it stopped a little bit too short. I wanted to be even, so I started to add even more And then on day 21, I was back in the Cindersnap Forest, grabbing wood, as you do. And I was finished with Gus's omelet quest, so I turned in all of the eggs. And that was enough to push me over the line to get my 40,000 gold that was needed to unlock the bus. Woo! That only left one more upgrade for me to get, and it was the cheapest one, and it was the most useless one. The panning is only useful on Ginger Island, so I almost turned it in, but I did not. I turned in another artifact, and I went to the desert to do the thing. Just watch. I can't talk. Sorry. And there we are on my first mission to the desert. I turned that prismatic shard into the galaxy sword. Galaxy sword! Anyway, I did foraging because I like the desert forages, and some people do as well, so they're good gifts. And then on day 23, I was back home for another harvest, this was a pretty big harvest, it was pretty nice. I'd gotten eggplants, corn, grapes, and cranberries, which is always good to see, always nice to see. And then it was off to Joja to finally get that last upgrade. Final piece of the puzzle. And then I realized that I had a lot of quests to do, but I went down into the Skull Caverns for the very first time. And I got all the way down to level 45 before I passed out at 2 a.m. And I'm proud of myself because I've only died one time in this entire series so far, and it was in the regular mines. But on day 24, I had eggplants, so I got those, and yeah, I got eggplants. And then I did some smelting of the ores that I had gotten that night in the Skull Caverns, which was a pretty nice haul, if I do say so myself. I got a nice amount of different materials. And then it was Joja time. I was rewarded for my Joja activism, and you're to sit here and watch it with me because it was unskippable. So you have to sit here and watch it with me. This whole cutscene, this whole nightmare of a cutscene. It takes forever for Morris to talk. There is no skip button. Anyway, I got the vending machine. And I'm probably gonna turn the warehouse into, more kegs, probably, or maybe something else that's more passive, like, I don't know, Anyway, I went and cracked geodes like I was supposed to do, and then I donated them to the museum, as usual, because that's what you do with stuff you crack open, you put in the museum. And I was getting pretty close to getting that rusty key. Am I right, boys? I'm getting pretty close, and I'm pretty nice about it. Anyway, I put down the Joja Cola machine right next to my mailbox so that I had it right there. Yep, that's my reward. Anyway, I went back down into the Skull Caverns, but it was a terrible luck day, and I didn't realize that, so I left. And I went back home, and I did it was tea sappling day. Woo! I got tea saplings. And then it was back up to the train station to put down, get more wood, because always need that wood, always earning that wood. Am I right? Yeah, get wood, guys. Wood. Anyway, then I took the rest of the time to put in all of this, refined quartz, because it was now that I realized that I had finished all of that, yeah, the boat was unlocked. And I hadn't made a single lightning rod. So I made some, and it wasn't enough because we needed 5. So I went down in mines and got more copper, and I ended up making 10 of them. But I'm just gonna tell you now, I didn't get a stormy day in these last few days. One of them was even a whole festival, but I was able to turn in everything else and just not the batteries. I'm just as disappointed as you are. But of course I'm still focusing on that. But I donated an artifact to Gunther on the 26th, getting the skeleton, which is one of my favorite artifacts. It's adorable, it's great, but it goes in the museum where it belongs. And then it was also the traveling part day, so I went and checked her, and she didn't have anything useful at all. I was holding out for some battery packs, but she didn't have them because the battery packs are the only thing that I can't get over the winter naturally. So I had to rely on her. Anyway, I went fishing so that I could just get some fishing experience, mostly because I realized that I hadn't bought the other rod, so I was just on the bamboo rod. Plus I had also gotten the biome balance quest, so I had to do that anyway. But you know, so I was trying to get up to level 6 so that I could actually just buy the iridium rod. But, I didn't today. But anyway, on day 27, it was a nice pumpkin harvest day. The last one of the season, and it was getting real close to the end of season. And if I didn't get a lightning day tomorrow, then I wouldn't get it. But I was finishing up the biome balance quest, finishing it up with down in the forest because obviously it's the day the town is blocked off. But I finished the quest with that one that I needed left, and I went and picked all of these cranberries from my little greenhouse, and then I started making room to expand what I was going to put in here. What am I going to put in here, guys? What am I going to put in here? What am I going to put in here? Starfruit! Starfruit. Starfruit is one of the, another very profitable, fruits for wine getting, and they're not too expensive at Sandy's, especially since I was pretty rich. But I went down to Sandy's again on day 28, and all that I did was buy more seeds from her and put them down in the greenhouse. So, it's winter time now. I'll see you guys when that happens. Bye.